Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Run through the chat, say hi to everybody. Mr. Noah McGrath, first in. Good morning, everybody. Mr. Pekka, Dana Maggiore, how you doing? He says he'll be back. Mr. James over at Sprinkle Donut Forge, Bottega Channel, Dogbone Knives, Shane Lalonde, how you doing? How you doing? Mountain Critter Creations, good morning. Nidavalier, always fun saying name. Morning Shamrock, what's up Solbert? Wiley, Mike, hello good sir to you. Dr. Asen, how are you doing? That's right, I've given you a PhD in awesome. All sorts of notifications here. Hold on. Somebody's asking if I'm doing Blacksmiths Church still. And what time. Right now. Hey, Henry Street Forge, Mr. Saint. Wayne Heights, how you doing? Yes, yes. Curtis, good morning. I'm just a couple minutes early. Just decided to pop on early a little bit. No reason, you know. Dylan Corwin, good morning. How's everybody doing today? You know, Thanksgiving weekend. I tell you, I've had, you know, 2 days off for Thanksgiving, and then the weekend, it's like, it feels like it's Wednesday already. Greg Malone, good morning. How you doing? Thank you. Dwayne Aubuchon, Gokes morning. Yeah, I'm just working. I mean, I've had the 4 days off basically from, you know, electrical, and I've used that to really crank out some time in the forge, and you know, it's been great. Mr. Mark, Mr. Matthews, good morning to you guys. So today, what I'm doing, I don't have a guest lined up, which is fine. But what I've got is I've got my Skype up and open and set up so that anybody who decides to call in and say hello, it can either be just voice call in or a video call in, show us your shop, and all that fun stuff. You can take a couple minutes to sit just to say hi and, you know, whatnot, or you can hang out for conversation. I've got a little icon thing so that I can put your name here. You know, so just something fun. Hey, Boar. Morning, Eric. And as usual, the Skype link is in the description of this video, and I will also put it in here. Nope, that's not it. That's my... Ooh, don't want to do that. Okay. Let me see. Morning, Dana. Skype profile, share profile, copy to clipboard. That's weird. My icon on Skype disappeared. Now it's just a YA, like I'm an element on the periodical table. James Jones from Butte, Montana. Good morning, Mr. Blackhand Forge himself. So, Sunday morning. I know that me, myself, right after the stream, I've got to run up to the shop, throw my open sign up. I've got about 8 people showing up today. So I need to kind of be ready for them. I told them all, you know, I'm at church till 11, and after that, fair game. Come in and raid the shop. So we'll see what happens today. It's gonna be hectic. Uh, but yeah, I can't complain. I love hate meeting people, if that makes any sense. I'm very I've got social anxiety, admittedly, but lately it's like I love meeting people. Like it's like it's the entertainer in me has been coming out over the past couple years. So yeah. Well, that's the beauty of it, Wayne. You don't have to call in with picture. I've got it set up so that if you'd like to just call in with a voice, you can. Good morning, Augie. Um, just try and bring the community, a place for the community to hang out, chit-chat, and interact with each other. I mean, I know the chat's all there well and good, but yeah. I went to get my girls some food yesterday, and the lizard store was all out of the super worms, and he's like, "Will they eat roaches?" I'm like, "I'm not bringing roaches into my house, no." Um, and so at some point today, I've got to run up to the pet store and get factory super worms or something like that. Right on, Curtis. Speech left you? There you go. Good morning, Chaz. How you doing? I will say, my freaking wrists are just killing me. I got blisters on me blisters. um, but yeah, uh, I found out that Facebook Marketplace, um, just like the pages have a separate messenger program, um, Facebook Marketplace has a separate messenger program, I guess for anonymity, to keep people anonymous. And, it's like, annoying because it glitches. People will send a message and I'll respond as soon as it comes in, and it won't send it, or they won't see it, or anything like that. Sometimes for days, and it makes me look bad. But in addition to that, it kills some sales. So I'll constantly be getting messages. "Oh, I'll take 4. Are they still available?" And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." And nothing. They don't see it. It's like, all right. Good morning, Michael Hayes. Glad you could make it, brother. They sell mealworms at Tractor Supply. Nice. I might have to check that out. Well, the thing is literally half a mile away, there's a reptile museum called OBX Lizardland. I'm trying to convince the guy to start a YouTube channel, or he does, but I'm trying to work with him on his YouTube channel and everything. Because they've got some cool lizards. They just got a crocodile, a little caiman, dwarf caiman, and it's fun. And they have super worms, not mealworms. Mealworms, they're too small for my girls. They're too small for the girls. But I need to use super worms, and the just a little bit further up the road is a brand new built pet store that I have yet to check out, and I might go in there today or tomorrow after work or something and see what I can do. I remember blisters. Jason, other than being hungry, how are the girls today? They're curled up with each other, sleeping. I don't really want to pull them out. Somebody, hey Curtis. I don't really want to pull them out because it says I got a chat, but well, they're hungry, and I want to let them sleep till I get them some food. Yeah, super worms. Walk in the pet store and pronounce myself the Lizard King. Now, Curtis, I did just get a notification from you, but for some reason, it's not popping in. Weird. Send another, Curtis. There you go. I see you. For some reason that wasn't popping up. Alright, so we have a caller. We have a caller. Now, alright. Let me set all my stuff so that I can see all my stuff. I'm going to go ahead and answer with video. And there we go. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Alright.
Hey, Yamas.
Hey, let me get you up on the screen here, buddy.
That sounds good.
Alright. Why isn't it? There it is. Properties. Oh, it's still set up for live. Active speaker. There you go. All right. Put you over there in the corner.
Awesome.
How you doing, Curtis? Curtis at Noble Ironworks, everybody.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah, thank you for calling in. Thanks, I was at the Forge Horseshoes. There you go. How you doing, Curtis? I know you've been in the chats for a long time, and man, welcome to the show. I mean, you know, it's like I said, this isn't exactly an interview setup, more of a, you know, let's chat, you know. Got anything you want to yell at people for? Or, you know, talk to people for?
No, I just was wanted to thank you guys for, you know, being a great community, and you, Yamas, for, you know, continuing, you know, the Sunday morning chats. And, you know, this is a great place for everybody to kind of hang out and relax and kind of talk about what's going on.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. Speaking of saying, morning Keith, morning Shane. Yeah, they're all, I don't know if you have a second screen where you can read the chat, they're all saying good morning to you.
I tried to pull that up, but it was backfeeding through Facebook or through YouTube, so I just turned it off.
Yeah, Wiley says, I could read the chats to you. Wiley says, reminds me that I need to trim my mustache. Yeah, so do I.
I have one of the longest mustaches that I know of, and it's clear down to here.
Oh man,
like,
that's got me beat. That's mine. That's the end of my mustache.
Yeah. I should trim more, but I don't. It was at one point, it was as long as my beard, like the longest hair, but it got too much, so I trimmed it out. Yep. Now it's only like 6 inches.
Talking blacksmith stuff like beard care. I love it. I love it. No, that's actually, you know, growing up, that was always the look that I wanted, was the really, really long braided goatee. and the really long mustache to have that Fu Manchu. But I'm at my terminal length. I can't really do it, you know. And it's like, oh. But
This is actually short for me. It's usually about another 4 to 6 inches longer. But I had a show, a month ago, and I had him trim it out.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You do the get some wax and pull up the curls.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I got a guy up here that makes some beard oil for me, so it lays down all nice and pretty, and it's all good.
Right.
But yeah, about that Facebook Marketplace, if you don't have your notifications turned on or anything, you can lose people real quick.
Oh yeah. Well, I have all notifications turned on, but it's just, and I looked into it through Reddit and various sites and such. Um, I fixed your screen there a bit. Had a
Yeah, I
and
can see
it's
you right now, so it's all good.
yeah, it's literally a glitch, like um, because Facebook's main messenger is they update it constantly, but they neglect. They added in the features to Marketplace where any interaction with the post sends a message through an old version of Messenger, to keep anonymity. I can't even say that word. Too many N's and M's and Y's in it. To keep it anonymous, or not, which is
Right.
weird because you can click on the picture and go to their profile, but to keep it sorted and in Marketplace, and they added all sorts of features, but that kind of, from what I remember talking to with my brother-in-law, who is a programmer, when you add too many of those little, if this then that and this then or that, programming
Right.
lines, it bogs down the system. And when you apply that to an older system, which is what I'm assuming they're using, it just get glitches left and right. And I've had somebody message me, hey, I'm interested in this, and I'll respond, yeah, absolutely, and like a whole string of, the information about them, and bang zoom, it's just not sent, not sent, not sent, not sent, and then, like,
Right.
well, I can't get a hold of this person, and I'll put the phone down, and 2 days later, it'll pop up, okay, yeah, I can come by whenever, and it's like, all right, yeah, I'm available today until this time and that time, not sent, not sent, and the next day, it's like, yeah, sorry I didn't get. It's like, so I put a thing
Yeah.
up. Just email me if you have trouble getting a hold of me. um,
Email's probably like the best way to get a hold of any blacksmith.
yeah,
Everybody's either out at their shop or doing live shows or hanging out on YouTube. Like
right,
I like email a lot better because you can kind of organize it too. Be like, oh, this person's a priority, or this person needs to kind of leave me alone, or
right, right. Well, it's like, hold on, Dylan Corwin is helping me with the pronunciation of anonymity. um,
but yeah, Facebook's just one of those tricky places to sell handmade stuff on.
yeah,
Before I was a blacksmith, I did a lot of laser cut wood stuff, and I would get maybe 5 or 6 views on it, and just nothing. Nobody wanted to buy anything. I pack up my stuff and I take it to one show, and I sell 10 times as much stuff in 12 hours that I did all month.
right.
So it's just one of those kind of it. People like to look at your stuff on Facebook, but they don't really want to necessarily purchase it.
That's been a big downfall for me with posting my stuff. Oh, let's get to some questions. Um, and I'll get back
Sure.
to that thought. Wayne Heights wants to know why some blacksmithing organizations suggest not selling on Marketplace. I have a theory on that. And that theory is I put up a series of bottle openers and oyster shuckers for sale, and they all got flagged for weapons. Um,
Yep, I
I,
had
I
that the other
yeah,
week too.
I put up a rose for sale, and it got flagged as a weapon. Blacksmith and hand forged are being flagged as weapons because of knives, and Facebook blocking all of that stuff. And it's like, so you got to be very careful how you tag and phrase your stuff. So a lot of
Yeah.
organizations probably just don't bother.
So, like anything that could be related to a weapon, I had a knife that was it literally said, harpoon hunter.
I
And
think I saw
it,
you post that.
yeah, it never said knife in it. It never said anything about weapon. It never said sharp, pointy, or cut. And it was flagged within 10
One holler.
minutes.
Yeah,
So,
it's a picture. It's a picture algorithm. I looked into that about my oyster shuckers because I contacted them. I asked for a personal review, and the response that I got blew my mind, and it was like, irritated me because how do I sell this item, that's not a weapon? And they said, the response that I got was from a person, um, was the image of it was flagged as a weapon because it is a sharp and pointy thing. I said, well, can you reverse the thing? It's like, they said, no, because it is a sharp and pointy thing. And I'm like, what?
I looked into the weapons category on the Facebook Marketplace, and it says nothing about sharp, pointy, cut, uh,
Morning, Bill.
dismember or anything like that. But it does have paintballs and it has blowguns and all of that's restricted, but nowhere does it say anything about knives.
Yeah, it just and I think Wayne, that may be why uh, blacksmithing organizations suggest to not sell on marketplace, um,
Right.
is because of the algorithms on Facebook have lost their siliconic minds, so to speak.
Right.
But
Yeah, I see what I would consider not appropriate for Facebook. I see that all the time on there.
all the time,
Uh, and like I see a lot of sponsored ads for like Damascus knives and stuff like that in like the we will ship to you kind of stuff.
yeah. Well,
But
of course, they'll allow sponsored ads through. You know why? Because they're
right.
given money. I did one back when I first started my Island Metal Forge page. I I tried that. I wanted to see what. I set up a small, like in my just like a 50-mile range area. It cost me like I think $5, and ran a ad. Actually, it wasn't for Island Metal Forge. It was for His and Her Electric, my company, the company that I work for. I ran a small promotional ad saying, "Hey, we're here," and so His and Her Electric had like the sponsored thing, and it's like they let it go through. Well, obviously, it's business, all that stuff. Morning, Chris. But I was
Yeah,
Wayne is
it seems
responding.
to who's getting the money is where your ads are going to be. So,
Yeah. Wayne is responding. He said he was told it was because that it devalues the product somehow. Going on that then, that may completely de whatever the what me and what we were just talking about. But
right.
it that could end up being just that person's opinion. You know, um, I spoke with a couple people. I'm not going to name any names right now, but some well-known YouTuber blacksmiths. None of the ones you would think that I would talk to. But and whereas my opinion is do everything you can to share the craft, because for if you say you take a pooling of 100 people and they all like, oh, that's so interesting, and then they start the craft. Even if only one of those 100 people actually continue with it appropriately and in a good and non-toxic way, you've
Right.
benefited the community. Any addition to the community is a benefit. Whereas other people are of the opinion, as they've relayed to me, that they would really rather prefer only people who are really into it to get into it. And it's like, I respond, it's like, well, how do you know that they're going to get into it if they don't try it first? So,
And people don't realize it, but I started metal working back in high school. That was almost 20 years ago now. And I picked up blacksmithing like 5-6 years ago. And it was because I did something blacksmithing related 20 years ago.
right.
So just because you don't see an immediate reward for teaching somebody something about blacksmithing doesn't mean that it doesn't stay with them.
Absolutely. I'm going to get rid of... Absolutely. I mean, there's been a lot of people... What am I doing? Sorry, I'm trying to produce too. There's a lot of people that have gotten into it that have stayed into it fairly heavily. And honestly, a lot more that... there we go. A lot more that have gotten into it, tried it out, and then just disappeared. Like they're not... this really isn't for me,
Right.
So, but again, how do you know which one's which until you try it? How's that background, guys? Like that better? Sorry, I was setting up the screen.
Yeah, I can't see any of that, so it's all good. Make me look pretty, so.
Yeah. Rusty diamond plate. Hey, Sky Forge, how you doing? Yep. So it's that's actually a great topic, and is the the blacksmithing Facebook community.
Right. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I've noticed that if I go to a show or I go to like a private event or I go and like demonstrate at a place, usually I can get the prices that I want because the people see the item being made and being able to talk to me and being able to see that it wasn't just something I cut out on a laser cutter and hit with a hammer 2 or 3 times.
Right.
On Marketplace, you see a lot of things that are, I used it for a month, so here's $50 off. That's where I kind of see the difference is people think either A, it took you no time to make it, and that's why you have 20 listings. Or they see that it's on a marketplace and everybody else has got a discount, so why aren't you doing a discount? Or I could do that myself. Or there's a lot of different variables than doing like live shows or Etsy or something like that, where people know that it takes time and it takes energy and it takes skill in order to actually do these crafts.
Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to get into. I'm trying to look around to find a place that'll allow me to set up a forge. We actually have another possible caller, Mr. Bill Corey. I'm going to see if he would like to join in.
Sure.
You like...
So what my big break for doing live shows actually came from one of the weirdest places. I was doing a live show for a bar, or I was doing just a holiday bazaar for a bar, and I was like, I could sit outside on your patio, and I have a propane forge, I can set that up, and I can do a live demo. And the guy's like, yeah, sure, we'll think about it, right? And I was like, okay. So that day, everybody tanked. We had maybe 100 people walk through the door to this little bar. And mind you, I live in the capital of my state, and where this bar is, it's like downtown. Like there's 100 people per hour at least walk right in front of the store. So there should have been a lot more people than 100 people coming in.
Right.
So I convinced him by the end of the day that the next weekend, because it was a 3-weekend show, the next weekend I was like, hey, let me set up, we'll try it out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, I'll sweep up everything and I'll leave it better than I found it. And within the first hour of me actually forging, me demonstrating, mind you, this is like, I think December 3rd or somewhere in December.
I've added Bill Corey. Or wait, trying to add Bill Corey. Sorry. Go ahead and keep talking.
Oh, hey.
It didn't work.
Yeah, it's like December, and I'm out there in a t-shirt blacksmithing. We had a couple of the artists sold out their tables before noon. So now every year this bar hires me, so they pay me to come down and view their show, and then I can sell everything I want at the show just because I bring in so much customers.
Right. I got to change properties on this from active speaker.
You're all good. Just talking to fill up time.
Okay. I think I know what the issue is. Yes. I'll try doing a trick that I learned with having 2 NDI sources, but it didn't work. Hi, Bill. How you doing?
Just fine. Yourself?
I'm fantastic. So, all right. On the phone, we have Bill Corey, and on video, which I'm trying to bring back, we have Curtis DeVault. How you doing, Bill?
All is well.
Hey, Curtis, are you still there?
I'm still here. I have Bill on my video, so I'm not sure if you can grab that.
Okay. Huh. You know what? Let me go into the call. Why am I not in? There we go. All right. Here's what I'll do. Learn this trick here from
Sounds tricky.
yeah, on the fly production. I learned this trick from Troy over at Bar Run Forge. Properties, select window. Okay. Right. And then shrink it down. Nope, wait. All of this stuff. I've got the NDI source figured out. This is so, oh my God, so many things. I don't know.
Every day.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm seeing, but this is hilarious. All right. Select this.
So, Bill, how's it going?
All's well.
uh, names. No. I gotta get better at this. There we go. Alright. Alright. I think this works. This looks better, doesn't it? That looks better, guys, right? Alright. This way we can see everybody. Yeah, pretty much. It's a bit ragtag, but it works for me. Alright. So, yeah. On the subject, we're talking, Bill, about Facebook and the blacksmithing community, and we were talking the sales involved through the through marketplace and such, and the different groups that you can use, you know, both promotional and all of that stuff. That's better. Well, you know, that's the other thing. You know, if it's just a hobby for you, you know, there's that. You know, or I thought you were a professional blacksmith, Bill. You've got so much knowledge. Yeah, sorry. There's a whole bunch of comments about how I just totally screwed up all the scene stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, lost sound from the callers. Transition. Try talking, guys.
Hello.
I think I think you should have gotten. I think it should work now. I muted the NDI source on accident, and you all should be back.
You're just done talking to me, I guess.
I'm just done. I'm trying out the new. Hey, Stress Master, how you doing, Bill? I'm trying out like the new format of having callers and community chit chats, and you know, again, this is something you could pop in for 5-10 minutes, or pop in, say hi, pop out, all that fun stuff. Just a way for the community to come together a little bit closer.
Well, I gotta go take care of some kids, but you guys take care, stay safe, and keep working hard. So.
All right, that leaves us with Bill. All right. Well, thank you very much, and hope to see you again soon, Curtis.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me, Yames.
All right, and Bill, right. Just him hanging up should leave it just to you.
Well, there you go.
All right. I do need a Jess. I need a production assistant for this. All right. I think I can kick. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. I didn't do nothing. It just did it on its own. So Bill Corey, how you doing? How you been? Right? Pretty good, pretty good. Just busy with these horseshoe hearts and hammers, and I'm trying to get some videos out, but ultimately ultimately, damn it. Ultimately, just, things are really on the upswing for me, and it's fun when things are on the upswing and when you can, actually be productive. It's rough when things are going rough, and, okay. I found the problem. I found the problem, Bill. I had multiple instances of Windows capture, and that made it funky. Okay, this should look better. Yes. Okay. Well, it's cool to have you on here. Um,
Yep, need to get together sometime.
Absolutely. Um, it says you're muted. You should not be muted. Yeah, so nope, they hear you. Okay.
Sometimes it's best if I am muted.
Sorry about that. I'll get better as I get used to the what I need to do when I have multiple callers and what I need to do, when a caller hangs up and such. I'll get better at, and it'll look smoother, guys. I apologize for that. Uh, and I'm taking away time from talking with Bill here. Um, but hey, Granddad's Fisher Price, my first computer. Um, they're just making fun of me. DJ Yamez. Um, sorry, Bill. Where were we going with it? What was our? We were. My brain hurts. um, but yeah. So how long have you been into blacksmithing? You say that none of your stuff is worthy to sell, but I've seen your videos, and I know that you're not just some goofball with a hand. Well, you are. We all are. But I know you can put out some good works. So.
Oh, it's only been about 6 years now.
Okay, yeah. So a little bit, twice as long as me. So you got that on you. Hey, Alex. um, Drayson asks, Bill Corey, do you sell at the demos that you do?
I do sometime.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I don't. Um, for one thing, I set up a lot of the time just as a demonstrator, and I don't pay for a booth space.
Right.
So I'm just there to make noise and draw people.
Right. So you treat it as literally as a demonstration so that people come in and check it out.
Yes.
That's fair. I mean, it's much like, say, Ren Fair, where people are walking around and kind of just enjoying the atmosphere. You're there to provide atmosphere, and I suppose you could say even if you, like I was saying earlier about the ratio of people who come across blacksmithing, try it, and then those who stick with it. If you can inspire, continue to inspire even a handful of people to try it and stick with it, that's in some instances better than a sale in and of itself.
Yes.
I mean, not for the individual, but
I'm not in it to make money, and I do a lot of the times I'll say somebody else can make that for you a lot better and send them to somebody else and somebody that needs the money.
Right, absolutely. And that brings up another fair point. The it's like not everybody. I'm talking about these horseshoe hearts that I'm cranking out. I, for one, am my end goal is to have Island Metal Forge, both the channel and the forge, make money and become my job. Not everybody's in that. It's like, like you say, you're not in it to make money. You're in it because, you know what? It's something that you want to do, which is mad respectable. you know, I know a lot of people who are not in it for the money. Anything that they do sell is just, like, oh, I made this, thing. It took me like, 20 hours to make, give me $10. Like, they're not in it for the money. They're in it for the joy, the pure joy of creating, which I am as well. But that's that line that I'm trying to cross right now is, if I want this to be a valid, form of money making, I've got to try and sell it. Hey, Ethan Phillips, how you doing? There's a truck backing up in my shop. But yeah, what are some of the things that you demo when you're doing a demonstration?
Well, we'll do a lot of chain making.
Chain. I was having a lot of fun with chain.
The youngerns really like those little duplex nail swords.
I've seen those. I've never tried one. Those are neat.
It's a very simple thing and doesn't cost anything, and
you just hand them out, right?
yeah.
Do you do any now? I've seen people talk about those. You primarily, but in the Facebook groups. Do you do any grinding to those, or
No.
you just hammer, boom,
Yep.
done and gone? That's probably good that they're not like sharpened and do you flatten the nail head?
Yeah, you give about 2 or 3 wraps on the head, and then just taper out the end, and
Right. Nice little knick-knack toy that
Yeah.
the little kid can be like, I got this from a real blacksmith,
Yep.
and possibly spark their journey into the world of forging at a young age.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
when I worked at the state park in the Pioneer Village, I made a lot of troll crosses and little heart keychains and things of that nature.
Sure.
I like to work almost totally out of the scrap bin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a huge scrap bin. My electrical job brought us to a place where they had it would be an awesome forge and workshop. It's like a garage with a attached, stop going small, with an attached what's it called? Overhang, like the same size as the garage. It was like an open air garage and then a closed garage. And it would be an awesome workshop. When we were working on their stuff, it's like apparently the person who used to own it, little tangent there, was a blacksmith because he had just stockpiles of scrap metal there that the owner was like, I don't not get rid of this, just take it, put it in your truck, take it out of here. And it was probably about 500 pounds, 600 pounds of scrap metal that included a steak anvil, and various little odds and ends and trinkets, and it's like, I have yet to start digging into that scrap pile, but I so want to. It's just, you know, it's, I got it because there's such interesting little pieces that I think when inspiration strikes me, I can start putting them together as a sculpture, and it's good to have scrap for that. But yeah, you know, plow for, or what are they? They're the little, they're like an arrow used in agricultural, and it's like a plow point. I think those would make like awesome birds, you know, and my brain just went all over the place because your your image minimized on its own. What is Bill's channel name? Yeah, BC.
It's the same as my username.
Yeah, BC65925.
Somebody just asked about making small forges using brake drums to sell for new blacksmiths. I think it's better to actually just weld up a forge pot than to use a brake drum. Brake drums aren't deep enough, really.
Absolutely, it is better to weld it up. If you have a welder and a cutting disc and everything, and you can source a flat steel, the plate steel to do that, absolutely it's better. And if you have the stuff to do it, there should be no excuse, because it is so much easier to work out of a proper fire pot than a brake drum. However, you know, like when I first started, I used essentially just a box of dirt, but I live on sand, so it was just a box of sand. But then I switched over to a brake drum because I didn't have a whole bunch of plate steel, and I couldn't find it. I was checking scrapyards, I couldn't find it, and I didn't have a welder at the time, so you know, I bolted together a brake drum forge, and it serviced my needs at the time very well. Would I ever go back to one? No. Maybe for a portable forge, but you know, as my main use forge, absolutely not. Because you're right, it's just not deep enough. You got to have a pile bigger than is manageable on a small forge. Yeah, Stressmaster Bill was asking. It's the thing about a starter to make and sell. You would be better off, and Bill, you probably, if you're doing it again, stop minimizing. So it's not you doing it, Bill. It's so you guys know, I'm not doing that. OBS is doing that. If you're gonna make beginner forges to sell, and you have access to a welder and some plate and stuff, and you're trying to help out beginners, people can source their own scrap for making a scrapper forge, such as a brake drum or a plow disc or what have you. Trying to sell something that can be found mostly for free, you really shouldn't do. It's like, if you're going to sell something, sell a proper tool that will last them, not a stepping stone, if that makes any sense. Did I say that right, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For somebody, especially somebody that's beginning,
Right.
anything that's not, say, up to a certain standard is just a hindrance.
Right. Right.
I started out with a rivet forge, and there was no fire pot in it whatsoever, and Of course, I'd heat a piece up and then I'd beat on it for way too long because I was just learning how to hammer. And I'd turn around and my fire was out.
Right. Hey, Tim. Right. Yeah. It's if you got to get that proper fireball.
Mr. Tim's in the house.
Mr. Tim is in the house. Hi, Tim. Granddad's just put it perfect for beginners. Gift a stepping stone. Sell a proper tool. You know, if you have something, if you have a beginner smith in your area and you've got some tools that you used at the beginning that you cobbled together that you don't just use anymore, don't try and make a buck off them. Gift that stepping stone to the community. If they then turn around and say, oh, I can't take it for free, here's $5, sure, but gift. The idea would be to, like we've been talking about, that if you can inspire even one person to take up the craft and push forward with it, you never know when you might be inspiring the next Samuel Yellens, or the next Forrest Whitaker's an actor.
Join your local guild.
Yeah, join your local guild. There's a lot of people in my guild that are fresh beginners that I help out. Now, Stress Master's name is also Bill, I will say. Drums and brake rotors and such. It's like I can go to my mechanic and say, what do you got as far as metal? And he will tell me to pull my truck around back and take whatever I want. And literally they have thousands of brake drums and rotors and such, that for free. So if you have a beginner that's looking for a brake drum, say check your mechanic. The idea and when we say beginner, yes, I am a beginner. Yes, Bill is a beginner. Yes, Tim is a beginner. We're all beginners that are at different stages. When I say beginner, I'm talking like complete green. It's like the best thing you can do for a beginner is to show them how easy it is to get into it cheaply, so that if they like it, then they know what they need for their needs. Right, Bill?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of avenues to find somebody to help you weld something up. I mean,
yeah,
I've welded gobs of stuff up for people for nothing. I mean,
what does it take to start a local guild? Nearest known smiths to me are a few hours away. To start a local guild, first off, find out if there is a local guild around you. You can use the Abana website. A lot of guilds go for Abana certification. Certification, though? Abana registry, something like that, and are to put them on a list. I know that Tidewater Blacksmiths Guild is Abana registered. So check in your area to see if there are any already. I drive about 45 minutes to mine, and they're like a 3-hour radius around me, drive time. So I can't make every meeting, but I do what I can. But if there's no local guilds around you, best thing to do is basically start, checking your area for local smiths and get together and start getting together and, then look into making it official. I can't imagine it's easy, but yeah.
there's Drayson. He's in Prairie Chicken.
Yeah. Is that what Prairie Duchine means? Is prairie chicken?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Yamas, I've been fortunate since 1975. Am I still a beginner? No, you're not a beginner, Tim. I was just teasing you. I was just teasing you. But my point in being beginner, you know, even if you've been doing it for, you know, 500 years, is there's still something you can learn, you know. But no, beginner. I have been doing this 3 years, and I consider myself still very, very much so a beginner. Like, um, you're messing with me. But yeah, you know, it's, I guess the takeaway from that is whether you do it for money or whether you do it for fun, and either or, one of the best things that you can do for blacksmithing in general is to help pass it on, you know? Exactly, Tim, you never stop learning. Chin is French for dog, not chicken. Okay. Well, it's got a CH, so I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to go with Bill on this one. But anyway, this, the time always flies when when I have guests on the show, you know. I just looked at the clock and said, already?
Where are you at, Stressmaster?
Yes, Bill, where are you at? Stressmaster Bill. I am a hobbyist and mostly do restoration on pieces, only about 200 hours at the forge, so I'm a very much beginner. Can testify that gifting tools and knowledge of problem solving is fantastic to do. Absolutely, Bottega. All right. Hilbert, Wisconsin. So he's up there in Wisconsin. That's the cold regions of the world. Adios, Eric. Check with Umba. I haven't heard Umba yet. That must be a northern thing.
It's upper Midwest blacksmith.
Nice. Nice, yeah.
I went to north of Madison to do a demo for Umba.
Right. Yeah. They may not be immediately close to you, but I know a lot of people up there in Wisconsin that do blacksmithing. So look around in your area. People may be closer to you than you think. So what you doing?
Looking on the map.
Huh? I would pull up a web map thing, but I think I've messed around with the the interface too much. I'd probably screw it up. Are you north of India, BC? Indy.
I am almost straight west of Indy.
Okay. Yeah. See, there's a lot of people are a lot closer than you think. I mean, you know, for a hobby like this, yes, you may have to drive an hour to meet up with some people, but you know, especially if you set up a weekend hammer in, you know, like it may not be an every weekend thing, but even once a month, you know, it's worth it to smith with other people. But
There's a blacksmith school located up there somewhere around Hilbert.
right.
I can't think now, but my stepson went up there and forged a bottle opener.
Right. So even just getting together and doing simple projects, it doesn't. I know the Quad Squad lately has been trying bloomery steel and all that stuff, but not every hammer-in has to be some great big project. It can just be, hey, grab your anvil, grab a portable forge, and let's beat some steel together. The act of sharing the fire is awesome.
Yeah, next Saturday, the Covered Bridge Blacksmith Guild in Rockville, Indiana, will be forging a tomahawk from a piece of cable.
Nice. So they're forging together a piece of cable and making it into a tomahawk?
Yes, it'll be a big multi 3-team festival swinging, hammering, get down dirty. I'm going to try to catch it on video.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. Absolutely. And Toombs is in the house.
I tried to ignore him.
Oh, Ben Toombs. Yeah, next time Big Dog hops in his RV and rolls over to my town, I'm expecting Ben Toombs to be tucked into the wheel well or where the spare tire goes. But it is after time. Bill, do you have anything more you'd like to say to anybody?
Nary a word, but if anybody gets around central Indiana, stop in.
Yep. I would like to thank you, and I would like to thank Curtis, if he's still here, for hopping in and meeting the community with me. Everybody give my guests today a line of applause, much appreciated, and I hope to do this more often. I hope to do this again, and I will get better at it, I promise, guys. I might do a few test streams with a small audience to play with multiple callers and voice callers and this, that, and the other things. But yeah, thank you, Bill. Thank you, Curtis. Big Dog, as always, thank you for allowing me to do this and, cover for you. Still have that secret video unlisted or not unlisted, private and ready to go whenever you are, sir. But $5 super chat in at the 11th hour from James Jones. Thank you very much, good sir. Yep, that would be fantastic. Just be at Quad State and meet us at Quad State.
Yeah, the last couple of years I've not been able to go because of something else.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's worth it to get. It's worth it to get if you can to make it over there. It's such a huge experience, life changing for me. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to make it, that'd be fantastic. To shake your hand, that'd be fantastic. But guys, I do have to get going. I've got people getting ready to show up at my shop. Again, another big thank you to Mr. Bill Corey, and earlier we had Curtis from Noble Pursuits Ironworks. Thank you, guys. Fantastic. I could go for another hour, but I don't have time. Doug Thomas, take care. All of you guys, take care. Another $5 super chat from Stressmaster. I'll try and get the last word in. Thank you very much, you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream.
Take care of
And-
yourself.
And yes, thank you all. Bill, thank you very much again. Fantastic having you, on the channel, as well as in, the chat all the time. Fantastic to see you. So, hearts and health, everybody. Happy Sunday. Get out there and forge. Wear your safety gear. Good morning, Amber Steve. So, good night, or good morning, good night, and adios, everybody. Thank you. All right, and we're clear.